We continue to make our way home to Guelph, Ontario. We are on the QEW, and the sun is right in everyone's eyes. We're going to have to give 2 chevrons here. 2 chevrons. Atlas Hanover. See, look. I'm over a little hill again. Atlas Hanover will qualify next Thursday. I'm going to stay over, train the babies Wednesday. We got a race. I'm in race 1 and 12. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the movies in between. I don't think there's actually any movies I don't want to see. It was funny because somebody asked me for a review on Guardians of the Galaxy today. I'll tell you the review. Jason McGinnis said he hated it. But Eva liked it. I didn't mind it. I liked the storyline with Rocket Raccoon, for any of you that watch Guardians of the Galaxy, and Groot. I thought it was okay.
I didn't know Groot could talk.
Well, nobody knew Groot could talk until the end of it. I think that Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and even 2 was really good. 3, yeah, Jason's right. It probably wasn't as good as 1 or 2, but it's so hard to judge the movies these days because, ever since the pandemic, the movies just suck for the most part. And they do. They suck. It takes a while to make them, too, so I suspect next year they'll go back to the way they were, but it's hard to find a good movie. The Top Gun was good. It's hard to find a good movie these days. Now she's a parking lot. Check my 6. So we'll get right to it. Atlas Hanover are going to qualify next Thursday. I'm going to go over there next week. The babies aren't going to train hard on Wednesday. Obviously, they trained very hard today. A couple of them will, right? Snappy will. Oh, Snap U is going to get a stiff training mile into her. Any of the horses that really maybe made a break, and I can't think of that many, to be honest. That filly that made a break on Luke Ebersol went out in the middle of the track. Paycheck Princess made a break. She could train hard. Sunset's got to train. Big Sunset. Get over her sickness. And I think that's it. Maybe 4, maybe 5 we'll put in the race bike and get them back down to where everybody else was, around 2.8, 2.9, 2.7, whatever. And then I'll race Monday night, as I said, race 1, race 12. That sucks, but we'll race Wednesday night, 1 and 12. Thursday, I'll get up, qualify Atlas Hanover. Now, Jason is entering Coupe de Ville, and the 3-year-olds, I think, What a Mission, Coupe de Ville, and Smokey are going to win, but I'm going to stay. I'm going to come back home and race my 1% and race for landing on Thursday at Mohawk. So I won't be present in Southern Ohio, but those 3 horses, Coupe just felt so good the other day. Smokey did a good job. They know where everything goes on her. And What a Mission, same thing. Horse looked good the other day, and I think he's going in the right direction. So I hope maybe Brett can drive them, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Anyway, we'll keep going on our list. Atlas Hanover, I said, qualify next Thursday. Dustin Hanover, he's got to do more. I need to see more from this horse. I love this horse. You guys know that I love him. I said if we could just find, if you go back and look at a video from 7 weeks ago maybe, I said if we can just get this guy through the majority of 2023 with him being a useful type horse, I think he could be a real nice horse in 2024. I really do. But we have to get there. There has to be a path. There has to be a bridge from here to the calendar changing into 2024. And if it's paved with whatever he was throwing at us the last 2 weeks, it's not going to hold up. I need to see him do a better job next week. Now, we went from going easier on him to I galloped him as hard as I could today before the open house. We'll see. We'll see. We went the other way. We went hard on him this week. We'll see how he is. Change his shoes around a little bit. We will see how Dustin Hanover is come Wednesday evening. Era of Love. Can't ask her to do much more. She got 2 starts for us, 2 wins, 2 lifetime marks. Pretty good run with Era of Love. Really, really happy with her. H.L. Ballou, I think Mark, last time he briefly spoke to me, it was that the horse was getting close. I'll have to check on the ownership, make sure the horse is signed over, and make sure everything is done between him, Aaliyah, Mark, and Melissa. Everything is on the up and up with them. So we'll see how that is. I suspect his qualifier is imminent. I'm not positive, though. How the hell his qualifier is imminent? He is going to qualify Friday morning at Mohawk Raceway. We'll see how he is afterwards. Haunted House will race a week from Monday. Mark and Melissa told me that the 18th is when he's allowed to race. So there must be an 11-day timeline in New York, I guess. I'm not sure. But that's when they said he will be racing. J.K. Mickey Mantle was sick all week, Harry said. So will that cost him schooling even next week? I don't know yet. I don't know. That will be up to Harry. We'll see how that plays out. But he was ready and is ready to go. Just have to make sure he's healthy. JK Victory was good again last night. Although he was third, he was up a class. I was happy with the outcome. Again, 49-4, 150, something like that. The horse looked good to me. Looks like money. Schooled in 57 with no hobbles on. But Harry said, no, we're going to put the hobbles on him. And just checking. Just checking. And he's going to race with hobbles on. He'll race... he'll qualify on Friday, I suspect. Red Overbach. I think Megan's done a good job with this horse. Second his last two. Second on the front. A beaten horse on the front, but he's never been known for his toughness on the front end. Plus, they went 154 and a piece. Good mile for him. The week before, Closing Hard, which I never saw from him. I thought the horse is definitely going in the right direction. And I know it's getting the air is getting a little thin up there to try and find a class for him. But I know Megan's doing what she can. Did you happen to see the odds on him for Tuesday when he was in? I'm just curious if it was the same type of class or not. Renegade Gypsy, I thought was a little bit flat the other day qualifying. You know, I was joking about it with Amy earlier, talking to us about the Bugs Bunny show he did.
5-2.
Really? So he's got the right class. The sheepdog with the hair down over his eyes. Remember the Salmon Ralph? He just seemed like he was a little bit quiet. But was he ready to rock or not? I don't know. It just seemed like he was quiet in the paddock. And it was hot though. It was 27 degrees. So, you know, another day of work into him. Now, I guess I was torn on it, and it was really up to Mario. And he had called me and said, I know he's flat, but it's 56. Probably just got to get a couple of races into him. I said, maybe you're right. Assuming through the same type of thing. A little different storyline, but the same type of thing with Resolute Bay. So let's get him moving and see if we can get him back to or better than he was when we stopped with him. The good news was he did draw his blood today and had messaged me back. Mario messaged me back, said there's no tie-up or anything wrong with Renegade Gypsy. So that's good. That's a good start. Resolute Bay had that splint crowd. It actually might cost him another week. It blew up quite a bit. What's that?
They're going to break.
Yeah, absolutely. Breaking right now. So Resolute Bay, again, I when I'm traveling, it's always going to be the trainers. It's going to be up to them what we do. Is he going to race this week? I don't know. I have no idea. That will be up to Harry whether he races this coming week or not. Stonebridge Ducati, I have to. It's bothered me a little bit. I watched the replay a couple of times. Do I win the race if I park Al Menike? I don't know. I guess I have to at least give some credence to it and say, yeah, maybe if I had I would have won. I don't know. But Ducati raced good, 55-4, fastest mile of his life, but looked and felt good doing it. Cindy's doing a great job with him, as Jason is training the horse. He's knocking on the door, and what I'd like to see from him is some sort of indication that when he does get out of this class in 2 wins, we have a place to race him. And it's close. It's close. But we'll see how he does over the next, I guess, 3 weeks, month. 3 Point Blue Chip, it's my understanding, is back going now. I don't know if they castrated him. They told me he was being completely crazy. Yeah. Actually, when I was talking to Tom and to Julie, one of the caretakers, they actually had the caretaker message onto the group chat and say, yeah, like, I love this horse, but he's going to hurt himself if we continue down this path. And I said, listen, we already know he can't breed right now. He may never, so do whatever you got to do. You got to geld him. And I honestly haven't heard back, so I suspect the fact that they brought it up in the group chat means that they were already heading in that direction. Unbeatable Kemp, he's already castrated. You're not going to worry about Kemp. Kemp, I thought yeah, baby. We were on this road for a while, right? I'll tell you where we are. We are right now, honey. We are about 10 minutes from Clapson's Corner. We're almost off this road, okay? Yeah, we are. We're almost 10-15 minutes from here. So Unbeatable Kemp, we've had a rough patch with him. He made breaks. He wasn't good. But I think last week was a clear indicator he's on his way back forward. That was probably his best mile in quite a while. And I was truly impressed with the way he went, the way he looked the other day. Now, drew the outside again. We'll see how James handles it. I just watched Gandalf, so maybe Kemp's lucky he wasn't racing tonight. Oh, Gandalf. Who would have thought that Gandalf the Black would make front to the quarter in 25-3? Not me. So clearly Gandalf is learning to corner well. World for Two was a winner in his last start. Looks like he's trying to claw his way back into some sort of forward motion. Wasn't his best race as far as, I like to say that body of work. It wasn't his best race, but I thought the horse looked rather well in a victory. Oh, I hate when this thing does this. So, World for Two, I thought was good. We go down here to the 5-year-olds. And we got Yo Mister. Yo Mister was flat his last two. I see he's not in this week. Now, I didn't talk to Stacy yet. Does that mean that he just looked sick or something? He just looked like he wasn't that good. She was talking about racing in Indiana, actually. Brett came up to me and said, if we could race that horse in Indiana, it'd be great. I said, so, racing in
Get the ownership changed if you do that, or the owner's license.
Yeah, the owners will get licensed. I told everybody last week he may be going to Indiana. I just don't see him entered anywhere in Indiana or Ohio this week. I'll reach out to Stacy tomorrow, but maybe they draw today, tomorrow. I'm not really sure. So Yo Mister, looking to get him back on track. Locatelli was second in the preferred. Now he's in the free for all this week. Just a tiny little bit tougher. What's wrong?
I just feel bad for him.
It's got a race if you want to. Yeah, but you can't get there. There's no class that says enter your horse and we'll put him in where he can win.
I know.
You have to, he's got to race against these tougher horses sometimes. So Locatelli race this week. I'll tell you what Harry didn't tell me about was no free lunch. He said he was training good, then he got a little sick. Now he's got to be ready soon, I think. I got to ask him tomorrow. He's got to be close. I know he's been training them, so he's got to be close. No, I jumped over Locatelli and then I went to no free lunch and now I'm at Stay Close. Stay Close was great last week. We're going to put the other hobbles back on him. As I said to James, I said, well, it's as simple as this. When you qualified him, did you put any steps in down the lane? Well, no. He was steppy last week with the belly band hobbles on? Yeah. He ran the week before with no hobbles on down the lane? Yeah. And what are we talking about? Just put the other hobbles back on. So, Stay Close. I know Dom wants to race him with hobbles, but as I said to him, it seems pretty simple. I think he could and should race without the hobbles, but why don't we give him the summer? We can always, just like we did with White Tiger. There was a time when we tried White Tiger with the belly bands, then we went back to the other ones, then we went to none, then we went back to some. Honey, what's up? You're hungry? Okay, well, there's a Tim Hortons at the top of Clapson's Corners. You want to go there? Yep. All right, that's what we'll do. So Stay Close is going to race this week, I think, with his old hobbles on. At a Kings County, I believe, is supposed to qualify this week, if I'm not mistaken. Brett told me he trained him with no hobbles and no head check and 59 at the firm.
That's good.
So he should be very, very close. Will he qualify with no hobbles and no head check on? I don't know. That will be up to Brett and Stacy. I will let you know when I know. White Tiger made a break last week. We did make, I believe, what did they put on him? Made an adjustment to his shoes. I know Dominic and James are talking about footwear, whether it be flip-flops or the mushroom bars on them. I know I said that, I think with the flip-flops on, I personally thought that maybe White Tiger might get into his elbows a little much, but James would be, except he didn't this week, would be the one driving him. So we'll see. We'll see how he races this week. It's always going to be a work in progress with Tiger. He's never perfect. He's a horse with 400 and some thousand made that feels like he should have 1 million made. But be happy with what we got, I guess, is how you have to file that sometimes. Patrick DePrano will be in to go a week from Thursday I know. What day is today?
Isn't he in Monday?
No, I think that Oakwood Cowboys in Monday. Yeah. I don't think Patrick DePrano is in. I think he's going to be in Thursday.
Let me check my app.
Yeah, you check your app that you just realized you have again. So Patrick DePrana, we'll come back to him. Per Lucky is in to go this week. Missed a week. That's not going to hurt that old bugger. I can tell you what, that'll do him some good every so often to miss a week. Took a dive off Dipper. We got a problem. No? Yeah, he's going to be in Thursday. I think he's entering in Plain Ridge. Today is Saturday, right? Thursday he's going to be entering in Plain Ridge, Patrick DePrano. Took a dive off Dipper. We got a problem. Eric, when I was speaking to him tonight about the horses, he said, the Dipper horse, we might have a bit of a problem. A couple of the horses that were in the Open went to Minnesota last week with us, with Dipper. They only had 4 for the Open pace. So if he doesn't get in this week, I suspect we may have to pivot. And I said, yeah, you're 100% correct. So I guess I'm not going to give it too much thought just yet. But over the weekend, I'll probably have to figure out. I don't think Northfield is a place for him. Addie. I don't think that. Northfield's a place for him. The Meadows is getting a little salty too. I can't imagine Scioto is the best place for him. But maybe, I guess, we can look it over. I off the top of my head, I don't know. I guess it's the easiest way to put it. Yes, it might be a good place for him. Let's see what the open at Northfield goes for. Jason's there. We'll see. And Cintra races tonight. Old Cine races tonight at around 10:30. Just when we get everything unpacked and the stuff in the washing machine and lay down for the evening, Cintra will be on TV, and I'll be happy to watch that. So it's been a great day. The babies were good. Ollie, my boy Ollie, got the last 3 outs as a pitcher on it. So he got the closer. He was the closer today. He was the closer today for the Guelph Royals. The Blue Jays won. Sorry for the Leafs fans. I know they got put out last night. That sucks. But made it to the second round. It's further than they've gone in a while. Well, it's true. Look for optimism. The team was good. It was not like they had a blowout. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you had a good weekend. We certainly did. So with that, I'll let you go. Everybody take care. And hopefully you have an even better week next week.